My name is Paula, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the psychology behind love and attraction. I know dating nowadays can be really confusing, complicated, and nobody really understands what's going on. So understanding the psychological facts behind it and research behind it can help maybe boost some confidence or give you some advantages in talking to someone that otherwise you would have been way too shy to talk to. And last month, I attended a lecture about this topic, and I thought it was really interesting, only because it is a branch of my major, which is psychology. So I'm going to talk to you guys about love languages, and of the love languages, there's 5. Gifts, words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, and physical touch. Now, everybody has one, whether that be just 1 or 2 or multiple. On this specific test that I did take, the highest score that you could have gotten was a 12, and I got a 10 in words of affirmation. And it's really important for you to understand your partner's love language, just because you wouldn't want to give someone a gift that has quality time as their love language. There's also a theory on love languages, which is basically what you didn't receive as a child is what you crave for in your relationships now. And I think that's really interesting. The next theory that I want to talk to you guys about is Donald Dutton and Arthur Aaron's theory of misattributed arousal. Now, they conducted an experiment, obviously with a control and experimental group. The experimental group consisted of unaccompanied men crossing an unstable bridge. Now, in the control group, it was unaccompanied men again, and them crossing a stable bridge. At the end of the bridge, after each accompanied man went ahead and finished it, there was an attractive woman waiting for them to complete a survey. At the end of the survey, the woman wrote her number down for each of the papers and said if they had any questions or anything to just let her know. The next day, she received more calls from the men on the unstable bridge than she did the men from the stable bridge. So that basically proved the theory that people often confuse or misattribute their adrenaline for arousal. And in this case, these men confuse their adrenaline and their heavy breaths and fast beating heart for attraction towards this woman. The next theory that I want to talk to you guys about is the Benjamin Franklin effect. Now, I watched a video on this one, and the host, Julian Hewitt, actually explained it really well in a sentence, which was, the more time, effort, and work you put into someone, the more you're personally invested in them. Which basically means the more favors that you do for someone, the more likely you are in gaining feelings for them than the other way around. So you definitely want to not get rid of any emotional investment opportunities for your partner so they can equally contribute into the relationship. In this video, the host went ahead and brought couples in and had them do a 30-question survey. Now, on the survey, it basically asked them what their feelings for their partner was. After the survey, they had one person from each couple go ahead and sit outside and just wait for the other person. And the person on the inside went ahead and performed some favors and tasks for the other person. And the 3 tasks were getting a bullhorn and proclaiming and professing why they appreciated their partner. The next one was writing on a sign why they liked their partner. And the third one was asking them if they wanted to drink like coffee, water, or any juice. After that, the host brought the couples in and had them do the same survey. After the second one, they saw that there was a 5% spike in attraction for their partner from the tasker's side. So the person that was doing the tasks had a 5% spike, and that proved that theory. Now, the last one that I want to talk about is John Gottman's theory of the 4 horsemen of the breakup apocalypse, more closely known as the divorce predictor. And Dr. John Gottman said that there are 4 things to look for in arguments and 4 things to completely avoid when you're arguing. These 4 things are criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. The first one to appear is usually criticism. Criticism is when you start poking and twisting the knife at your partner's characteristics or flaws. The issue moving from the problem to your partner. The second one is defensiveness, and it usually comes second. And it is when you try to ward off, or more commonly referred to as countering your partner's attacks, which is basically when it's easier to blame them than for you to own up to the problem. Maybe it's both of you, or maybe it's just one person. The next one is contempt, and it's basically disrespecting your partner. It being it being behavioral cues or vocal cues. And this could be scoffing or rolling your eyes. And the last one is stonewalling, and I did see that more men commonly stonewall in arguments and try to just disengage and end the argument than women. And that's basically what stonewalling is when you just try to get rid of the problem, want to stop talking about it, or just say that the other person is right and you're wrong. And it's important to recognize these behaviors in arguments and try to follow healthy habits, especially when fighting. All couples fight, and it's a normal part of relationships, and I think that's what a lot of people forget. And relationships are a normal, healthy part of human existence. And like I said, a lot of people forget that fighting is a very common thing that everybody does. And instead of work on it, they decide to just give up. And that's why a lot of people typically break up. It's important to know how to combat these problems, especially because intimate relationships are supposed to make you be stronger. And building a stronger bond with someone and having a healthier relationship leaves a lasting impression on even the rest of your relationships, because it shows you what you want, what you don't want, what you need, and what you don't need. Understanding the psychology behind attraction can definitely help you find a partner and create healthy habits with your partner, whether that be fighting or just normal life. True intentions and needs in relationships should be important to both parties. So your needs should be equally as important to your partner as theirs are to you. And these are supposed to last the rest of your life, if not a really, really long time. And building a bond is very important, because then you have more positivity and more happiness in your life.